going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC 265, Lewis versus Gane. Prediction, breakdown, guys. Pretty decent card, man. Got a lot of good matchups in this card here. Got a José, Aldo, Pedro, Munhoz, Vicente, Luque, Michael Chiesa, Tecia, Torres, Angela Hill, Kenney, Song, Fiziev, Bobby Green. It's a pretty good matchup there. Miles John and Santos here was on a different card, but I think somebody fell off, so it's going to be on this card, so that's a decent fight too. Kape and Osbourne. It's a pretty good card here, man. Also, guys, remember to check out my Patreon account. I'll drop the links down below. I will leave the face-offs on there and some combination plays and a lot of prop bets is going to be on my Patreon, all right? Let's jump into this, guys. Got 13 fights here. First fight here, we got Johnny Munhoz Jr. versus Jamie Simons. Munhoz here, I believe, I want to say he has a 3-inch of height over him. Let me see something here, because I have that here in my notes. Yeah, you're going to have the 3-inch of height over Simons, right? And he wants to wrestle. That's what Munhoz is more known for. I believe he's a BJJ black belt, right? His striking defense, though, it needs work. But like I said, you know, it's tough to come to the sport and compete. You put in your health on the line, right? Because your health is your wealth. So all these guys, you know, they're good at what they do. You know, some may need a little bit more tweaking in certain areas. But with consistency and they keep training, you know, eventually they will get to that point, all right? So Munhoz here wants to wrestle his BJJ black belt there, so he's looking for the submissions. Like I said, he doesn't look too comfortable on the feet, but like I said, these guys, you know, eventually they get better as moments go by, right? So the grounding is his game here, and he wants to look for the submission, right? His opponent here is Simons. Simons here, he looks probably a little bit more physically stronger here, more of a raw striker. Kind of wild with it at times, more of a brawler. Originally he's a 145er and he's going to move back down to 135. So he has fought 135 before, but not really much. He lost his last fight there, I believe his debut against Giga, right? He looks like he won a wrestle too, but the cleaner wrestler here in the BJJ black belt, I would say, is Munhoz Jr. The striking from Simons is kind of wild. You know, he brawls at time, and with throwing wild shots like that, easier to get taken down, right? He's not really a technical striker, more of a brawler. But if he connects, he could do damage though. So for this fight here, I'm kind of pushing more towards Munhoz Jr. for the win here. I just feel like he has more of a he has more of an edge with the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I feel like his wrestling, his takedown is a little bit more better than Simons, right? He has a more technical in one area, right? And then with Simons, is not really too technical in any area, but Munhoz is because of the BJJ black belt. So I'm gonna go towards Munhoz Jr. for the win there, and he lost his fight here, his debut against Nate, but it was a kind of a close fight. But I'm gonna go Munhoz Jr. here by submission, and not too confident with this one because, you know, both guys made a debut. The loss, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of difficult. You know, a lot of these fights that's coming up now is kind of hard to predict because a lot of the guys them are, you know, you don't really know much about them. You know, they're making the debut, and it's kind of difficult to say, oh, this guy is going to be a high favorite and whatever to win the fight, and he goes in there and loses. I mean, you know, to all I know, Simons could come in here and then catch him with a punch and knock him out. I mean, anything is possible in this game. So I would say this fight should be an even fight, but I'm not confident in it. But I'm going to go Munhoz Jr. by submission, guys. All right. Next fight here, we got Veronica Leonardo versus Melissa Gatto. Victoria here. Striking defense, it needs some work. Like I said, a lot of these guys, sometimes they're more stronger in one discipline, maybe wrestling, which her wrestling is her strong point. Let me see here. Her strength is mostly in the submission, which I said is her wrestling. Striking needs work. You know, you can tell that She's trying to still figure out her distance and range. She's still trying to figure out how to mix up the feet with the hand and how to move forward in the right kind of way, how to cut off the opponent. She's still trying to figure it out. So when you watch her moving, she's kind of flat-footed. She will still throw her hands, and then the hands will connect. But it's not technical striking. Like I said, a lot of these guys sometimes are strong in one area, but eventually they'll get better in the other area, right? It's not easy in this sport, man. In any sport, especially combat sport, where you're getting hit to the face, I mean, it's very difficult to come in here and perform, and you got to be mentally on. And mental controls everything, right? Mental controls your physical. So if your mental is not there, most likely you will lose the fight, right? So her strong points are wrestling here. Her opponent here, Gatto. Melissa Gatto. She hasn't fought since 2018. Her last fight was against Karol Rosa, which Karol Rosa is in UFC, I believe. Yep. Won her last fight against Edwards. Okay, she actually, hold on there. She's on a 3-5 winning streak, and she actually submitted her, actually. Man, this is a tough one to pick. I got Gatto here. Hasn't fought since 2018, like I mentioned. She looks to grapple, right? BJJ is her thing, right? I believe she could be I want to say a purple belt, but I could be wrong. She will also look for the submission. It looks like a lot of her fights, or some of her fights, are in the boxing ring. And that could play a factor, because if you don't train enough in the cage, when you go in there and fight, you're going to kind of be like a fish out of water, because cage experience is very important too. The area that you're fighting in. If you're fighting more in a ring, you're going to be more known to fight in the ring. Because the cage, when you fall, when you hit the ground, you can cage walk. You got to know how to use your back to push back against the cage and get up. Once your back hit the cage, you could feel a different kind of feeling than hitting the rope. And there's sometimes when your head goes to the rope, the ref may stop it. When you hit the cage, there's nobody stopping it. When you're back against the cage, or when you hit the ground, you gotta get up. You have to get back up, and sometimes you can use the cage and get back up. So with this fight here, man, it's a tough one to pick, guys, because she hasn't performed since 2018, and I feel Veronica is a more experienced person, striking wise. Gatto may have a little tiny edge in the striking, but this gonna be more on the ground. And I feel that Leonardo, did I pronounce that right? Yeah, I feel that Leonardo's wrestling is better than Gatto's wrestling, in my opinion. But the thing is that Gatto has a submission off her back, though. So you could see a submission in this fight, guys, by Gatto. So, even though Leo get her down, she has to be careful that she doesn't get submitted. So this is a tough one, and I'm not confident. This is a fight that you probably could fade. But I'm going to go Leonardo because of just the experience and the consistency of fighting. Like she's been consistent. And it's a tough one, guys. It could go either way. But I'm going to go Leonardo. I'm going to say Leonardo by decision, and I'm not confident. All right? Because Gatto could submit her once the fight hit the ground. Next fight here. We have Miles John versus Anderson de Santos, which this is going to be a fight that we brought down before on another card. But I guess the fight fell off, so it's going to be on this card now, right? Santos here, actually, I'm going to start with Johns. Johns is going to have the 2-inch of height. Has a strong wrestling base there. He's well-rounded. Let me see here. This fight could be a stand-up match. When you have two guys, like Santos is a BJJ black belt, when you have two guys looking to wrestle, you could end up just kind of like canceling out each other. Then you have the fight standing up, right? Let me see here. But Santos can get taken down, though. So Johns can take down Santos in this fight. And let me see. And if Johns take him down, Santos could look to throw up submissions. So this is the next fight here where it's like, it's kind of an even match too. You gotta be very careful with it because it can go either way, in my opinion. Even though, a lot of people may think that Johns will just win easily. But I think Santos has a shot too, man. Because Santos is like a zombie, man. Santos will walk you down, dude. So his opponent here, Santos. He's going to be the more experienced guy here. He's going to have a 2-inch of reach, though. He comes straight forward, man. Pressure. His cardio is there. Doesn't move his head off the center line. Takes a lot of damage. Like I said, he's a zombie in there, man. Will take a lot of hit just to deliver a hit. So this is a guy who just take a bunch of hit, but then he's trying to hit you while you're hitting him. There's no defense in him, man. Striking defense, like I said, needs work. BJJ black belt, but he will look to submit you, though. He look to take you down, grind, and submit you, right? I believe from my last card there with these guys, when I break it down, I was going for Johns, which I'm going to still go for Johns here. And I'm not confident, though, because if Johns gasses out and Santos keep pushing the pace, you can see Santos maybe can knock out Johns' possibility or win by decision. So be careful with this one. But I'm going to go with Johns for the win. I'm going to say Johns by decision, guys. All right. Next matchup here, we have Manuel K versus Ode Osbourne. Manel Kape is a pretty well-rounded guy, but he got fed some tough matchups, though, man. They fed him Alexander Pantoja for his first fight. Then he fought Nikolai and went to a split, very close fight. So they're not giving this guy any easy matchups, but you can tell by his record, he's fought some experienced guys. So he's like, supposedly, he's like a guy that can maybe make a run for the belt, or from what I see, the guy's not bad. He's trained at AKA, so he's getting some good training in there. He's gonna be the more experienced over Ode, and like I said, he faced tougher competition. So Osborne has a tough fight ahead of him, and maybe Kape has a tough fight too. You can't sleep on Ode Osborne, though. He's a quick guy. Ode Osborne is pretty quick on his feet. The both guys are quick, but I think Ode Osborne is more quicker. Right? He's gonna have a 2-inch of reach on him, and actually, hold on there. He's gonna have the 2-inch of reach and a 4-inch of height. Did I get that right? 2-inch of he's gonna have a 2-inch of reach. No, 2-inch of height and a 4-inch of reach. Yeah. Okay, so he has a mad reach on him. Ode Osbourne is pretty well-rounded guy, very athletic. Both guys are kind of similar in a kind of way. I mean, both are quick, but I feel Ode is more quicker. The only difference is just experience. You can tell by the record, Kape is more experienced guy here, but Ode has some good fights though, and his amateur, is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, this is a fight where, I wouldn't sleep on Osborne because it just takes one shot and you can go out. I don't think Kape has been finished before, but anything is possible in this game, and nothing guaranteed, guys, like I always say, right? Never been knocked out, but he's been submitted twice. I think these both guys are pretty similar in losses too. Only both of them been submitted twice. The only thing is just the experience and also the power from Kape. But Osborne has power too, Man, I'm gonna go with Kape, man, but I mean, don't be surprised if Osborne pull off a win, because Osborne is pretty quick, dude, man. He's pretty quick. His striking is not bad. He's pretty well rounded. It's just the experience I'm looking at here. It's more on the experience thing. So I'm gonna go with Kape for the win here. I'm not sure about this one, guys. I'm gonna say Kape by submission, guys, and I'm not confident. All right. Next fight here, we have Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Jessica Penne. KK is still fighting. Wow, I thought she wasn't fighting anymore. KK striking, man. I mean, striking needs work still. I mean, you can tell from her 4 losses there. Doesn't move her head off center line. Kind of walk straight at you in a straight line. Take a lot of damage. And she can get controlled on the ground. So her ground game needs work and her striking needs work. And from our last fights that she just hasn't been looking good. Taking a lot of damage. She has no power in the shots. And, like somebody or some fighters would have a strong point to them. Maybe a strong ground or maybe a strong stand-up. her strengths doesn't show in no department. She has no power, her stand-up is not really there, and her ground is not really there. So she has no strength in any area. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's what I see from all her last 4 losses. In her other fights that she's winning, she would just walk the girls down. She would take some shots and she'd pull off fights, you know, get split decisions here and there. She's not really a woman that pack any power like that. So she's just more of a decision kind of fighter. She has 1 by KO, 2 by submissions, 9 by decision. So it's like, I mean, from what I've seen, it looks like she's on a major decline. And I'm not putting her down or not, I'm just being honest. It's like she's on a decline. Like, you can see that like something is wrong. You know, I mean, she took a little time off, came back now to fight Jessica Pena, but she has no punching power. She has no set. Like, her stand-up has no set. She's just walking forward and her head is high, chin is high, taking hit. And she don't have no power. She don't have no physical strength. And the mental is not there. So it's like, I'm surprised that they let her still fight. But I guess it is what it is, I guess. Our opponent here, Jessica Pena, she's going to have the 2-inch of height and a 3-inch of reach. She's a BJJ black belt and she's well-rounded. I mean, her striking, she still, you know, take hits here and there. She need to work on her defense, so chin can get high too, but she will let the hands and the leg go, right? But the ground game is her thing. That is where she shine at. BJJ black belt, she'll look to submit you. Right? I believe she got a couple by submissions. Let me see here. Yeah, she got 7 by submission. So this is a fight here, man, where, I mean, Jessica Pena took some time off. You know, the last fight was 270. She came back. She won a fight over an undefeated woman here, you know, which was a very close fight. But, you know, with Jessica, she's showing that she can still win fights. And she's showing that she has a strength somewhere. She has her jiu-jitsu, her Brazilian jiu-jitsu, which is her strength. Her striking may not be her strength, though, but she's still flowing with it, though. But she has a dominant strength. With KK, there is no dominance anywhere. It's like she's not good standing up. She's not good on the ground. She takes too much damage. So it's difficult to pick her to win a fight. So I'm going to have to go with Jessica Pena for the win here. And I must say Jessica Pena by decision. But again, I'm not confident because you just don't know. Maybe KK may come in here and maybe change up something in a year. It's possible. 4 fights in a row, all of them look pretty much the same. Walking into shots, taking massive amount of damage. Like I said, there's nothing that stands out, you know. So there's nothing that's a dominance. Like, she may have like a nice jab on her, or she can keep you off. No, or maybe a good double or single leg to put you on the ground. No, not even in the clinch. She can get reversed. She can get scrambled on, and if she goes in the clinch with Jessica, that's where Jessica is strong at. Jessica is stronger in the clinch, you know, because then she want to jump on your back and then lock on or rear naked on you. So I'm liking Pena. I'm gonna say Pena by submission, guys, but definitely not confident because, you know, anything is possible in this game. Next fight here, we have Ed Herman versus Alonzo Manfield. Ed Herman here, zombie dude. This guy takes a lot of damage, and he will gas out though, but he will find a way to pull off a win. Right? Brawler, but a veteran. He will look for the submissions and he will look for the KO TKO. He has a puncher's chance in this fight and he has a submission chance. You know, his strength is more of his wrestling, but if he connects to you, he will actually knock you out, right? He's a vet. His last fight there against Mike Rodriguez, I mean, it is what it is, man. That's why I say anything is possible in this game. You know, it was a body shot that he got. He wasn't a hit to the groin, but again, it's not his fault. That's a referee call. So, I mean, like I said, anything can happen in this game. It can go to the judges. You know, a guy can get hit to the body. The referee think he got hit to the groin. He stopped the fight, make him, you know, take a little breather, kind of recover himself. The guy come back and win. So anything is possible, man. His opponent here, Alonzo Manfield. Manfield is heavy-handed. He can get taken down, though. That's the thing. He can get taken down. But he will look for the knockout, though. and stand up is more his thing. He will also look to take you down too, like his last fight. It was pretty impressive against Fabio. He got the Von Fluke on that one. Manfield also gas out in the fight. This is a tough one too, because Herman could out wrestle him, but then Herman, I mean, he's a zombie, and he's kind of durable, but he can still get hurt. And if you get him to the body, which looks like his liver, that side to his right side is kind of weak. If you get him there, he will go down. So if Manfield can keep his distance and work the jab, he supposed he can win this fight. So, like I said, guys, anything is possible. I mean, Herman can get hurt, and the referee stops it, and then Herman recovers and come back and win. But I'm gonna go with Menifield for the win here, guys. And I'm gonna say Menifield by KO TKO, and I'm not confident. No way, no way, because Ed Herman is fighting again. He just never know, man. I mean the guy is winning. I mean, he comes in here and he wins 3 in a row. Even when he loses, he wins. So when a guy loses but he wins, not confident. But I'm going with Alonzo Manfield by KO TKO. Next fight here, guys. We have Drako Rodriguez versus Vince Morales. Next tough matchup, guys. This is a very, very tough one. Drako here, decent prospect here. He's well-rounded. We'll look for the submissions, but he got knocked out in his last fight here, though. Knocked out pretty nasty with overhand right by Zahabi. I believe that was his UFC debut, yeah, after the Contender Series. I believe he also missed weight in this fight against Zahabi. Came in pretty heavy. Let me see. He came in at, hold on there, rating at 140. Hold on there. Yeah, he came in at 140 and Zahabi came in at 136. So he came in freaking heavy, man. Way over. So maybe something was wrong with him. Maybe he had an injury or something he was dealing with. Because usually when the guys come in there with so much weight on him, maybe, you know, something happened in training, right? So he wasn't able to train like how he wants to. Against Morales, though, man, I mean, the thing about Vince Morales is that he's a very well-rounded guy. And the only thing about him is that sometimes he doesn't pull the trigger. But when he pulls the trigger and let his hands go, this kid is, you know, this kid can fight, right? Just that he has to let his hands go and just believe in himself. But when he does that, he can fight, man. I mean, his wrestling, his takedowns, his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, even though he got submitted in the Contender Series, but man, I believe he had Pilardi hurt in that fight until he got submitted. But this is a fight here where, again, I mean, Rodriguez could come in here and submit him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a strong possibility here. But Rodriguez been knocked out twice, and he got knocked out in the last fight, which guys who get knocked out, like what I said, guys, you know, usually when they got knocked out like that, it could change them, especially for a prospect like Rodriguez. You know, he get knocked out like that, nasty knockout like that. He's knocked out twice in a row. Well, he got knocked out 2 times, not twice in a row, but 2 times he got knocked out. Tony Gravo knocked him out too. So never been submitted, but Vince been submitted though. Only 2 times actually, and Rodriguez, he's pretty good on the ground, but I feel that Morales is a little more experienced, and just Rodriguez just got knocked out bad in his last fight. I mean, it's kind of difficult. If Morales come into this fight and fight like he usually fights, you know what I'm saying, come in here and fight like he usually fights, and just let his hands go, he can pull off a win here, man. And also, he needs to watch out for the leg kicks, because he doesn't check leg kicks or move his legs away from the leg kicks. If you're not going to check it, at least move your legs. And I think Rodriguez does throw some leg kicks, so he has to be careful of the leg kicks also. But I must say Morales though, man, but I could see Rodriguez pulling off the win. So this is an even fight for me, and I'm not confident in this one. But I must say Morales by decision, just based off of Rodriguez's last fight. He missed weight. But if he comes in healthy, you know, he could win. But he got knocked out bad though, man. Got knocked out bad in that fight, and it's kind of difficult. And he got knocked out when he got knocked out. Let me see, 2020, right? Or 2021? Yeah, 2021. Oh, we got knocked out in February. Wow. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said Rodriguez is a good prospect, and he could come in and win. But I'm gonna go with Morales though. I'm gonna say Morales by decision. I'm not confident. All right. Next fighter, we have Rafael Fiziev versus Bobby Green. Rafael Fiziev, man, this is a bad striker, man. This guy could strike. Pretty good striking, man. Bad like Michael Jackson bad, I mean. Not bad like, it's horrible. I never put nobody down. All these fighters, they're good at what they do. Some may be lacking certain skills in certain area, but they have other skills to make it up. So I'm not here to disrespect any fighters, okay? This guy got awesome striking. He has good defense. He has non-telegraph striking, like, he doesn't wind up. Like, you don't even see the technique coming. That's how quick he is, man. Accurate striking, good movement, and power. His ground game has been getting better. It looks like he's been working on that. Because his last fight against for the NATO, he stopped a couple takedowns in that fight. I believe Renato was trying to take him down in the first, and he couldn't take him down. His opponent here, Bobby Green, is going to be the more experienced guy, of course. 27 and 11, been in UFC for a minute, fought a lot of guys, right? Bobby Brown. Bobby Green is pretty well-rounded guy. He has a strong wrestling base there. He has an orthodox striking also, but the thing about him now, with the way how he strikes, he can't come in there and strike like that against Fiziev. He can't like just stand in front of him and drop his hands and just look. A lot of shell defense and kind of slipping, bobbing, weaving. But the thing about that is that Fiziev is so accurate. And with Bobby Green gets hit. And even though he does move his head at times, he still gets hit though. And if Fiziev connect to him, he could get knocked out in this fight. Now, like I said, he's hittable. He will look for the takedowns, and that's the thing about this fight. He has to look for takedowns. He's going to have to grapple in this fight, man. Grapple, and that could be the thing. That's why I'm not too confident in this fight, because Bobby just come in here and just work his wrestling and go for takedowns, grind. If he can pressure Fiziev and then kind of like, kind of get him tired, put him against a cage, kind of wear him down a little bit, he could get a decision in this fight. But like I said, his striking gets wild, and then he likes it. Dropping your hand is cool, but if you're gonna move your legs though, sometimes he just drop his hand and just sit in front of you like that. He can't do that with Fiziev. If he does that with Fiziev, man, it's gonna be that guy gonna land on him. Striking is accurate, man. So and sometimes with Bobby Green, he has his chin high up, and sometimes when he throws his punches, he leaps in with his chin high. Against Rafael, you don't want to do that. Rafael Fiziev is quick, and he will catch him, man. So I'm liking Rafael Fiziev for this fight here, and I'm not confident just on the fact that Bobby Green, if he comes in with a good game plan like wrestling, and then kind of like keep the guard up a little bit, or if he's not going to keep his guard up, at least move his legs. He can drop and do his thing, but he got to move his legs though. He can't sit in front of him like that, because the guy got mad power, and the guy is non-telegraphing. He's not winding up nothing, okay? So he can't dive in with his chin. He has to be sneaky, like pop his shots, move out, and then go for takedown, right? Or throw some feints and then look for takedown. He can't just go straight forward like that with his hands down and just walk him down like, you're not going to hit me, I'm invisible. That guy will catch him with 1, 2, 3 combination, man. A mixed up 1-2 kick. He would mix up different kind of combination in him, man. So he can't just go straight forward. But I'm liking Rafael Fiziev for this one. And I'm going to say Rafael Fiziev by KO, guys. And I'm not confident, like what I said, because Bobby Green, a very experienced guy, and he could wrestle. If he does come in there with a good game plan and just use the wrestling, he could edge a victory. All right. Fiziev, KO. Next fight here, we got Yadong Song versus Kenney. Song is a pretty quick dude, man. Decent striking, but he can get taken down, and he will also break under pressure, and he will fade as the fight go on. If he can't finish you in the first round with his power, he will fade out, man. All right. His opponent here, Kenney. Casey Kenney, in my opinion, is a more experienced guy here. He's pretty well around BJJ black belt, and he will look for takedowns. He will mix it up more than Song would, but Song will look to take your head off though. this is a tricky fighter, but in a kind of way, Kenney went to a split decision against Cruz. He didn't look too bad in that fight, kind of on and off. But with Song though, man, Song can get taken down, man, and that's the thing. And he usually gets taken down in the second round. And when he gets taken down, just lay on his back. So he wants to strike, but if Kenney coming in here with a good game plan, which, he should know this by watching footages or his corner or his trainers, BJJ black belt, if he mix up his striking for the takedowns and uses BJJ, he could definitely win this fight. He could definitely win this fight. So the more experienced guy here, in my opinion, the more well-rounded guy, I would say, is Kenney. So I'm going to go with Kenney for the win here. All depends on the game plan, though. But I'm kind of confident in this one. Not super, but I'm kind of confident in it. But I must say Kenney by decision. This could be a fight where just grind. So if Song can keep him on the outside, though, then it will be different. Because I believe Song is a better striker. But Kenney can also strike, too. And that's the thing I'm looking at. Kenney has a foundation in striking. It's not like Kenney cannot strike at all. Like he has two left feet. Or he doesn't know to throw a jab or a counter or set up the jab for an overhand or mix up the kicking with the punching. Like, he can do that. You know what I'm saying? Not as good as Song, but he has the attributes to actually do that. And he also has a good ground game. With Song, he just more stand-up. So that's why I would go more towards Kenney. So Kenney, I'm a little confident in it. I'm going to say Kenney by decision, guys. All right. Next fight here, we got Tecia Torres versus Angela Hill Part 2. First fight, Torres won the first fight, which was pretty much a game planning. She went in there and take her down. And that's it. She used her striking to take her down. Because Torres is more of a taekwondo. I believe some Muay Thais in there too. Quick. She's quick at the movement. So she set up a game plan and go for takedowns and pull off the win. Takedowns back to back. Torres is quick. She's pretty well rounded. Let me see. She won the first fight, like I said, against Hill. By a decision, by a unanimous decision, actually. Let's see that to make sure I'm right. Yep, by unanimous decision. Just basically take her down, back to back. That's it. Because Hill can get taken down. Even though, people are strikers and they may have the ground, but if your strong point is your striking, your ground is like a secondary. Usually your secondary sometimes, if you're not too good in it, you tend to still fall back. You know what I'm saying? So like Hill right now, we saw her when she fought her last fight there, right? In her last fight, Ashley Yoder actually took her down in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Even though Hill is working on this on the ground defense and the takedown defense, she can still get taken down. Tecia Torres here seems stronger in the clinch from what I've seen, even from the first fight. And like I said, she will look to take you down. And also she's coming from American Top Team, which definitely they're going to game plan. They're going to use the movement, because she has the movement from the Taekwondo. She's going to move in and out. She's going to use some strikes, probably pop some jab, because she's going to have a speed advantage. She's quick, and she's going to go for takedown. And that's basically it. Hill is going to have the 2-inch of height and the 3-inch of reach, though, which is massive in this fight. We look at Tecia Torres, she's usually the shorter female in nearly all her fights. She's like 5'1", 6'1" reach. So she's usually the shorter fighter, but, in this fight here, she can get under Hill easily, which she did in the first fight, and does double single. Hill is well rounded. Like I said, she's been working on her takedown defense, but can still get taken down, though. She has a striking base. She has a multi-striking base with landed knees. Will land some combination of the hands. Will land some leg kicks, some head kicks. But she will also gas out in the later rounds. This is a fight where I feel the same thing is going to happen from the first fight they had. So I'm going for Torres in this fight by decision, and I'm confident in this one. Tecia Torres is a quicker fighter, and Hill can get taken down, and she knows how to beat her already. So she just need to implement the same thing. The only difference is that now she's going to be better than she was from her last fight, because she's been improving. She pulled off 2 good wins here against Burren, which a lot of people thought Burren would have beat Tecia Torres. And then against Hughes here, this girl took the fight on a short notice, though. but she was on a 4-fight losing streak, but she seemed like she's kind of putting things back together again. But again, she beat Hill already though. So, and also Hill has been getting better too. So Hill has improved also. So I'm not taking anything away from Hill also. You know, she has very much improved herself. You know what I mean? You know, Ashley Yonder, which was a rematch there, I believe. Yep. And she beat Ashley Yonder twice. So pretty much the same thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Torres for the win here. And I'm gonna say Torres by decision, guys. All right. Next matchup here, we have Vincent Luque versus Michael Chiesa. This is the next tricky one here, guys. Vincent Luque here, BJJ black belt, pretty well-rounded guy. Can take this fight anywhere, in my opinion. Anywhere he wants to take it, he can take it there. Right? His opponent here, Michael Chiesa, he looks for the submission, man, and nearly all his fights are just all by submission. His stand-up was maybe his weak point, but submission is his thing. What he used to do, he used to just walk towards you, kind of reach his hand out, which is not good, and just trying to tie up. Because when you're reaching like that, you're leaving yourself open to get countered. You're just sticking your hand out. You're not really popping a jab and moving around, right? So his striking has gotten a little better. What I saw against Neil Magny, it has gotten a little better. But Vincent Luque, man, his striking is on point. He's a heavy hitter, and he's a BJJ black belt, and he has a ground game. And he can stop takedowns and sprawl and get back to his foot. But Chiesa is going to grind. It's a 3-round fight now. So all Chiesa needs to do is just to take him down for 3 rounds. All Chiesa needs to do is take him down for 3 rounds, man. So if he comes in here and game plan for those 3 rounds just to get double single legs and take him down, he doesn't even have to finish him. He could just win off for points. Right? He just take him down. He could win this fight. But the thing is that, can he take him down though? Will he be able to double single? Because Vincent Luque is a pretty well-rounded guy, and he's a BJJ black belt. I believe Chiesa is a purple belt or something like that. But like again, we see purple belts submit black belts. Happens all the time, because belts is just a color. Belt is just to hold your pants up, right? So man, for this one here, man, kind of back and forth. It all depends on the game planning, man. If Chiesa come in here and just drill wrestling, takedown, he could pull off a decision on Vincent Luque, but then he has to watch out for the striking though. And that's the thing. Chiesa's striking is not on the level of Vincent Luque, nowhere close, and he doesn't have the power like what Vincent Luque have. And Vincent Luque has never been finished in the UFC yet. He's never been finished in the UFC. He only went to a decision. Never been finished in the UFC. Actually, yeah, no, he's never been finished in the UFC. Only out of the organization, Smash Fight 2. Yeah, I believe it's just been submitted. Let me double check here and see. I think it's just been submitted. Never been knocked out though. Only submitted twice, so there's a submission chance by Chiesa though. You know, definitely a submission chance. But I'm gonna go with Vincent Luque, man. I'm gonna say him keep this fight standing up. It's a bigger cage too. It's not gonna be a small cage. This fight gonna be in Texas, which is, I believe, it's Black Beast's hometown. I believe Black Beast is from Texas. So we're fighting in Black Beast's backyard there, right? So, man, yeah. So I'm gonna go with Vincent Luque. This is a tough one, guys. I'm gonna say Vincent Luque by KO TKO. And the only reasons for that, because he's more well-rounded in every area. He can stand up, and his stand-up is pretty legit, pretty heavy striking. His Muay Thai is pretty decent, and then his ground game is freaking decent too. Michael Chiesa has to take this fight to the ground. He cannot stand with Vincent Luque. He won't be able to stand with him. So he has to take this fight to the ground. So Vincent Luque has options. Chiesa has to take the fight to the ground. Can he get it there? It's a possibility. Can he keep it there? It's a possibility. But I'm gonna go with Vincent Luque. I'm going to say Vincent Luque by KO TKO, guys. Not confident. Next fight here, we have José Aldo versus Pedro Munhoz. Crazy fight. Aldo here, if you look at him from his last fight there against Marlon Vera, after the first round, he got tired. He's going to have the 5-inch reach in this fight, which is massive. But in his fight against Marlon Vera, he got tired, man. And into the second round, he actually lost the second round, and then in the third round, he kind of jump on the back. And if you look at him now, he doesn't really throw much leg kicks like he used to throw. And he barely checks the kicks or move his legs out the way. His legs kind of heavy, kind of sit down on those legs, man. If you look at Munhoz last fight, I mean, Munhoz was just kicking out legs, just landing a lot of leg kicks, man. Against Jimmy Rivera, he's landing a lot of leg kicks, man. Jimmy Rivera's leg was done in that fight. So Aldo gonna have to move his legs or check the kicks, right? And against Marlon Vera, he wasn't doing that. Just that Marlon Vera wasn't throwing enough or at that power, right? Munhoz is a zombie, man. Munhoz is a pretty well-rounded guy too. Both guys here are BJJ black belts. Very durable, and he will push forward. Very aggressive guy, and he's never been finished, never been submitted or knocked out, man. This is a guy, like I said, a zombie. And he took the back of Aldo took the back of Marlon Vera and kind of held him there. He was kind of holding on for that third round because he knew that he couldn't stand up with Vera no more. Because in that second round, you can tell that he was fading. And into the third round, if he stand up with Vera, he probably would have lost that fight. Vera would have won that fight. So he's looking for tricky ways to kind of win the fight now. By kind of like, slapping on a little, a little rear naked chokehold there and kind of hold you there. You know what I'm saying? Kind of make time fade out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Kind of pull off a decision there, But against Munhoz, BJJ black belt, which Vera is a BJJ black belt also, but Munhoz is more active though. Munhoz is more consistent and more volume. You know what I'm saying? Munhoz is not going to like just stay in one place. He's going to keep walking, keep working. With Marlon Vera, he paces himself. And Aldo paces himself too. Munhoz doesn't pace himself, and Munhoz has power. Aldo has power too. I'm mad. I believe Aldo has 17 by knockout. But last time Aldo got a finish was against Renato and against Jeremy Stevenson, which possibly could knock out Munhoz, but Munhoz has never been finished, right? And Munhoz lands a lot of heavy leg kicks. So if Aldo don't move his legs, those legs could be worn out, man. Could tear up all those legs, man. And Munhoz also has a BJJ black belt, and like I said, he's a zombie. He's gonna keep pushing. He's gonna push a high pace. His pace is gonna be a lot of volume, and Aldo looking to pace himself, and then he would like burst, pace himself, burst because he can't go fully on because he gets tired. Like you see in the first round, he kind of would go a little bit harder in the first round, but then into the second, he start to fade. Against Munhoz, he can't do that and then even the punches that Munhoz lands heavy. And some of the punches that I saw Munhoz lands against Jimmy, if Munhoz land those punches against Aldo, I can see Aldo going down by a punch, man. Very, very possible, guys. So in this fight here, man, it's a tough one to call, but Jose Aldo does look like he's not the same anymore, which is not, and that's part of the game, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have your moments, you take a lot of damage in your fights. The guy's a veteran. I mean, enough respect to Jose Aldo, but to keep that pace like that for 3 rounds, I don't think he'll be able to do it unless he jumps on Munhoz back and hold him. But Munhoz is a BJJ black belt too, and I believe he's a better BJJ black belt than Marlon Vera is, in my opinion. And he's more volume. He's more consistent with movement and volume. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't pace. Munhoz goes straight forward, man, and just keep going, and a zombie. And I mean, Aldo could catch him with something, but it would have to be in the first round. If Aldo doesn't finish Munhoz in the first round, Munhoz is going to pull the fight off, in my opinion. Again, he has a 5-inch reach. He could pop the jab. But again, durability. How long can Aldo do that for? We see in the Vera fight, Vera wasn't even throwing that much of volume in that fight, and Aldo got tired in the second round. You see? Munhoz is going to be throwing from first to the end. He's going to keep coming forward and throw. So, I mean, and then he can take a shot. Maybe Aldo might land to the body. It's a possibility, but it's hard to pick Aldo because I can tell that he's not the same fighter, and he's faded. And he's been faded. But, he can win some fights here and there. But guys that put that pace on him, that pressure on him, and guys that are like zombies that can take a hit and can deliver heavy punches and got good ground game, man, those are gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, guys, for him. to fight. It's going to be hard guys for him to beat, man. So I'm going to go with Munhoz for the win here. Again, I could be wrong, and I'm not confident about this one, guys. I mean, I could be wrong. Like I said, anything is possible, but I'm going to go Munhoz by KO TKO, guys. All right. Main fight here in the card. That was a cool main. We have here, let me see. We have Derrick Lewis versus Cyrix Gane. Derrick Lewis here, man. This guy is a freaking heavy hitter, man. And he's pretty much light on his feet. For a big guy like this, 260-something pounds, this guy is light on his feet, man. Quick, too. His counters are quick. Usually counter you with that overhand or the uppercut. Catch you coming in, especially wrestlers who like to double and single leg. He will catch you, man. And he closes the distance quick. Close the distance quick, man. And he's very experienced. At least he's going to be more experienced than Gane. So this is our next fight here, guys, where it's two heavy, big guys, especially Black Beast is going to be the bigger guy here. Gane probably weighing like 240 or something like that, 247. Gane is light on his feet too, very light. The guy moves like a lightweight. At least he could, yeah, he moves like a lightweight, right? We pick his shots, very, very rounded guy. His ground game could be suspect, but I don't see Lewis trying to take him down. This is going to be a stand-up fight. And Gane is going to have the 4-inch of reach in this one. He has an 83-inch reach, dude. He's going to have the 4-inch of reach. So this fight here can go either way, man. I mean, I can see if Gane don't keep moving and pop the jab and keep the fight long, he could be in problem. You know what I'm saying? If he just sits there and like just trying to like throw punches and just sit in the pocket and don't move quick enough, Lewis will counter him. And Lewis covers distance quick, so he has a 4-inch of reach, so he has to make sure his distance and his range is kind of perfect for where he's landing his technique. So when Black Beast rushes forward or leaps forward, he's not in range to get hit. Or he's cutting corners, he's laterally moving off the center, away from the power shot. So this is a fight here where it all depends on the timing, man, and the precision and where the shot's going to land. Gane has to keep the fight long, and he has to be on his toes. He has to be like Muhammad Ali in there. Yes, he has to be like Muhammad Ali. He got to be on his toes. He got to be moving. He cannot fight like he fought his last fight here. He has to kind of fight like how he fought Rosenstruck. Remember that Rosenstruck fight was kind of boring, but then he kind of like pepper, and kind of stay out of range. He has to go fight like that. If he fight like he fight Volkov, he's going to get knocked out. Because the way how he fought Volkov, he was more confident to stay in the pocket and trade. And you could say sometime when he landed his 1-2, his chin was there. If he's throwing 1-2 and stay there, Lewis is going to counter him. Guarantee you. And Lewis is hometown favorite in his backyard. Lewis will counter him. He got to fight like he fought Rosenstruck. He had to be on his toes. It's going to be maybe a boring fight, but you got to fight like that. Because if he just keep coming in the pocket and just trading one shot from Lewis is a raw power, man. There's some guys out there who are just naturally raw power. The guy trains, Lewis trains, but he has power. That's just natural raw. If that connects to anybody, you're going to get your face not meant to get hit. No matter how tough your head is or how, good of a freaking movement you think you have. If you don't move out the way in that moment and space of the range and distancing of where this guy's bursting forward, because he sprints across quickly. And if you don't move out the way quickly of that, you're going to get caught. I don't see Gane may take him down. It's a possibility. He may mix it up, but then he has to be careful of the uppercut. But he may mix it up. And I think maybe taking down Black Beast would be also a good thing for him too. So he could probably work some shots in there. Don't make it look obvious though that you're going to take him down, because that's what I believe that's what what's his name, Curtis Blaze did. It's kind of obvious, when he closes the distance, it's obvious. It's like you could tell that he's going to do it. Like, okay, he's going to close the distance now in the second round, and he got caught with uppercut. So Gane got to use his reach there, pop the jab, move around, make first round go by, second round kind of avoid the power from him, third round, because a 5-round fight, kind of avoid the power, kind of get Black Beast kind of tired, then you start going for takedowns. You see Blaze just trying to go for takedowns straight up, like, he can, but then Blaze will gas out. Gane has cardio, and Gane is pretty quick and light on his feet. Like I said, Gane is kind of like a lightweight on his foot, man. He moves like a lightweight, right? So I'm going to go with Gane for this one, man. And I'm going to say Gane by decision, but I'm not confident, and you can't be confident because it takes one shot, dude. And Gane is 9-0, never lost, I guess, but fought Volkov, Rosenstruck, Santos. I'm saying he fought two veterans here, Santos and Volkov. Yeah, fought Tanner Bozer, who's has a good record too, but anything is possible, man, with guys like Black Beast that pop power like that. If you don't stay and keep his distance, kind of do like a Muhammad Ali, pop the jab, move around, use your footwork, a lateral, cut off, lateral, keep your head off center line, and you can mix it up a little bit, at the right moments, not just burst in there just for, just stop bursting in without paying attention, to where the uppercuts come in or anything like that, you gotta like time him, then I could see Gane winning. So that's why I'm gonna go for Gane. Like I said, I'm gonna go for Gane by decision, guys. All right. So that's about it there, guys. Quick look at the odds there. See what we're working with. I haven't seen the odds yet. Take a look here and see. Okay, we have wow, Munhoz is 255. Oh wow. That's I don't agree with that one, guys. 255. No. And the way how UFC been looking lately, nah. You notice that the cards have been upside down a lot now, right? A lot of underdogs are coming in and winning, right? Do you all know why that's happening? Because the guys that are fighting now, they're not too known, not that experienced, and they have high odds in them. You know what I'm saying? So 255, no way. Be careful with this one, guys. I don't agree with it because, yeah, I mean, Samoan's kind of wild, punching, but he can wrestle too. Not as clean as Munhoz Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but still, both guys are. I don't think they're that experienced, so be very careful. And for Munhoz to be 255, that's crazy. Be careful. Gatto and Leonardo. Okay, I could understand this one. Even fight, like I said. Perfect. That's good right there, guys. Santos and John's 220. I disagree with this one, man. I see John's more 160, 150, kind of close. Even could have been even, but I give John the slight edge because Santos takes a lot of damage, but John's at 2 something. I disagree. So be careful with this one. Kape, negative 200. No. I mean, Osbourne, it may not be experienced as Kape, but the guy is skillful and very athletic, and he has punching power and he has a ground game. And we see Kape in his debut fights, even though he fought tough guys. You know what I'm saying? But we see holes in him, man, and he can get caught by punches and he can get taken down. So in my opinion, this is more of a close to even. I may give Kape the edge because of the experience. I may give Kape maybe 130, negative 130 or so, 140, but not 200, guys. Very careful with this one. Osborne could win. He could upset. Okay. Karolina Kovalkovic, negative 126. No. No, man. No. It's close to, I guess close to even, but no. This fight here is an even fight. I may even give Jessica the slight edge in favorite. Slight edge, but kind of even. From KK performance, you can't, no. There's no way, man. Her 4 losses, even though she's fighting tough competition in a kind of way, she doesn't look good in the fights at all. The way how she's walking forward, taking shots, she has no strength in any department. Even against the clinch, the cage, even the takedowns. Nah, man, she shouldn't be favored in this fight. And I know it's kind of close. It could be even, maybe tomorrow or something probably. But I would say Pena should be favorite, but a slight favorite, close to even. But I disagree with this one. Be very careful. All right. Herman Manfield. Okay, Manfield is negative 250 straight across. I slightly disagree with this one because after the last fight that Ed Herman had, and he actually lost and he won, and he's been winning all his fights, his last 3 fights in a row. Manfield power striker, but Ed Herman is a very experienced guy, and if he's able to kind of wrestle in this fight, and go for takedowns. He could pull off the win here. I'm not saying Manfield shouldn't be favorite, but not at 200. I'll probably say 150, 160. Be very careful with this one, guys. Vince Morales and Rodriguez. Totally agree with this one. Even fight, and some sides here even. Okay. I totally agree with this one. Totally agree with it. Okay. Yeah, so that's about right. I could see Vince Morales win, and I can see Rodriguez winning. Perfect. Fiziev and Green. Okay, Fiziev is negative 300 straight across. I like Fiziev, and I feel like he can win by just the way how Green fights. But if Green come in here with a game plan by wrestling, the odds in Fiziev shouldn't be this high, because Fiziev is not really a wrestler like that, and he can get taken down. Green is a wrestler with striking. So him being so high, I disagree, man. The odds are all messed up on this. I would say Fiziev should be more like 170, maybe 160, but I do favor him to win. But it all depends on the game planning. So you can't be so like high on Fiziev, because if Green come in here and say, oh, you know what, man, I'm gonna fake some striking and go for takedowns, grind, he could win the fight. But again, he could grind, and then Fiziev could stop the takedowns, then Green in problem. So then it could be Fiziev 300, but we don't know. And Green has a strong wrestling base, and Green is also a veteran. So I disagree with the odds on this one, guys. Be careful. Kicks to Kenney and Song. It's an even fight. I like Kenney, but yeah, it's an even fight. They have Song as underdog. Yeah, because I could see Kenney pulling off the fight. He's more of a well-rounded guy here. If he can implement the takedowns and his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he should win. Right. So yeah, I totally agree with the odds on this one. Tecia Torres and Hill, I totally agree. Tecia Torres beat her the first time. No, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It shouldn't be high or favorite, but it's close enough. Okay, so I totally agree with this one. Chiesa and Luque, I agree with this one too, because Chiesa could take him down, take down Vincent, and pull off a 3-round decision just by grinding, by wrestling. So I agree, even fight. Aldo and Munhoz, totally agree too. Aldo could give Munhoz his first knockout. Come in here and then hit Munhoz to the body and take him out. Or Aldo could play a game plan like what he did to Marlon Vera and then pull off the win. It's possible. So even fight, totally right. I don't disagree with this one. It can go either way, guys. Can't sleep on Aldo, man. He's a veteran, gritty, good Muay Thai striking, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, black belt, Munhoz, zombie, straightforward. But Aldo has been fading. He's been fading. So, and against guys that are zombies that push forward, that are hard to take out, you're going to give him a hard time, or unless he can hold him down. So the odds in here, I agree. Gane and Lewis. Gane negative 350. Oh, man, I disagree. Disagree, man. No way. If it's anything, Lewis should be a slight, tiny favorite. But it's an even fight. It's fine if it's even. Hell no, Gane not 350. You're crazy? No, why? Why is he 350? The guy is 9-0. Yeah, he fought 1 or 2 guys. He can move around, pop his shot. And he's a skilled guy. But he hasn't fought nobody with the power of Lewis before. And Lewis is pretty quick. It's not like Lewis is just like a slow fighter. He's a quick guy with freaking power that can burst forward on you. No way. The odds on this is jacked up. No way. And Lewis is fighting in his hometown of Texas. It takes one shot, man. 5-round fight. I don't see Gane being so high. Yeah, you can stay on the outside and pick him apart and then maybe go for some takedown, but it's a gamble. It's a toss-up, guys. Toss-up. It takes one punch, man. I disagree with this one. This is an even fight here. So the fights I disagree with is obviously Johnny Munhoz, disagree. Miles John, slightly disagree. Kape, disagree. Alonzo Manfield, slightly disagree. Fiziev and Green, I disagree with that one. That should be a little bit closer. And the Gane fight and Lewis, disagree with that one, man. Especially Derrick Lewis is in his hometown, man. They say sometimes your hometown, brings you strength. Hometown crowd, it can bring you strength, man. It goes in there and then all of a sudden, bam, and Gane goes down. It happens. That's part of the sport. It's a dangerous sport too. So that's about it, guys. That's my prediction breakdown there. I will be dropping the face-offs on my Patreon account, so go check that out. The weigh-ins and face-offs are going to be my Patreon. Also, some prop bets going to be on there too, which I've been doing pretty good with prop bets, with the winner and the way how they win, right? By decision and even by the rounds. Or if it's a knockout, even by the rounds. So, and also I'm going to be dropping some combination plays on there also. So check out my Patreon account, which I'll leave the link down below. Also check out Wayne Gitchy Patreon account too, which I'll leave the links down below if you guys want to, get some, information and different ways how to keep more of a healthier lifestyle as far as exercising and plant-based foods. Also some documentaries on different aspects of what's going on in the world, like more like a world view kind of vibe, and also, how to heal a body naturally by using plant-based foods and using the elements. And also, importantly, breathing exercises, which can build up the immune, build up your cellular level, strengthen your body through using the elements, which is the rain shower, the natural oxygen that we breathe, and the sunlight. And also earthing. Regular dirt, the soil, people call germs and bacteria. And those germs and bacteria is what strengthen the body and strengthen the immune. So you mustn't run away from the dirt. You must get in the dirt and play. Alright, so check out where you get your Patreon. And I'll leave the links down below. You guys keep on kicking. I need those thumbs up. You guys leave some comments down below too. Let me know who you guys like the best in this card. Let me know who you guys think is going to win. Leave your picks down below too. I'm saying? I give you my picks, but this is my opinion. You guys can leave your picks down below. Let me see what you guys have too. Okay, guys, keep on kicking. One love out to everybody. And